Okay, let's continue about rhetorics and the history of stylistics. How is rhetorics connected to stylistics? Okay, so rhetorics is the art of persuading someone through your speech and writing. Ayan. So this is because stylistics is uh, your writing, your speech and writing. Now, you are applying rhetorics to your stylistics if you are trying to persuade someone, if you are trying to uh, make that someone stand on your point of view, to your to support your argument, to support your point. No, that's about persuading someone. Okay, so we need to remember these words when we are talking about rhetorics: to inform, to persuade, and to motivate. Yeah. You have to motivate someone to believe in you, to advertise your products. That's persuading someone. Parang yung mga commercials sa televisions, you're persuading, being persuaded to buy something. Okay. So where is the origin and birthplace of rhetorics? So it originated in the speech and writings of uh, these philosophers, Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle. Okay, so those are the persons behind rhetoric stylistics because their writings, their speeches, their theories are more on motivational. They are persuading. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga quotes ni Plato, ni Socrates, Aristotle, they are motivational, they are inspiring quotes, motivational quotes, no? So it is because they are the birthplace, no? Sila yung dahilan kung bakit merong rhetoric stylistics. Okay. So another example of rhetoric stylistics or rhetorics being applied in stylistics is the speech by Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, and the Gettysburg Address by Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. We both know that these are great speakers, no? Si Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so here is a part of Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream. There he said, I have a dream that my four children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Okay, so he is persuading people, no, that uh, we should not judge others by the color of their skin, but their character, the content of their character. So it has become a powerful speech. No, ginagamit na ito as motivational speech, motivational quotes. Ayan, itong sa line ni Martin Luther King. Okay, another one he has, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Ayan, so parang he's persuading those people who are being silent to protect and uh, to save other lives. Kasi parang yan yung time na even the black people are afraid to save their own kind, to protect their own kind. Kasi nga, may mga punishment, may mga, even they even kill uh, those race, no, na lumalaban sa white people. And because of that speech by Martin Luther King, everything changed. No, it has been a start that people started to stand, no, to defend their freedom. Okay, so we have here by Abraham, government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Yan. So meron din siya doon is trying to inform and uh, persuade through his speech because of the repetition of the people, the people, the people. So it means that he wants to have a government, no, of the people, by the people, for the people. Ang bida doon sa kanyang government are the people. Ayan. So, isa yun sa mga style on how uh, to apply rhetorics in your writings. Meron tayong parallelism and repetition. As we go on, we will talk about parallelism. I walk slowly but never backwards. Yan. So, parang sinasabi niya ni Abraham Lincoln na uh, you should never look back at the past but look towards the future. Not fast, even slowly, but it should be to the future, towards the future. Okay. So how can we apply rhetorics properly in our writing? Okay. So we can apply this to in considering these things. But before that, let us answer why is rhetoric or rhetorics in writing is so important. Okay. Because when you are writing effectively, it can save time. Now, the question is, how can you know that your writing is effective? No. If it saves time, sabi nga dyan, if it saves time, it is effective. No. Now, you need to consider these things to be able to have an effective writing. First one, the audience. Who are you writing to? Are you writing for a friend, to a friend? Are you writing to the president of the university? Are you writing to a teacher, to a stakeholder? So if you are considering the audience, you will be adjusting your language, your words to your writing. Second one, we have the purpose. So why are you writing this? What's the point? What's your stand? You have to state your purpose carefully. No? You have to state your purpose straightly. Ayan, stick to the point. Huwag nang paikot-ikot. No? That's why you need to have that purpose in your writing. Okay. So if you have that purpose, you have that audience, you will now adjust your voice, your tone, your persona, no, to accommodate your communication situation. You are now being versatile. You're now being flexible with your writing, no, by knowing your audience and the purpose. Okay. So of course you're going to ask yourself, who's going to read this? Uh, in what way I can persuade the person reading this? So you're going to ask yourself with those questions, and you have to answer that through your writing in order to apply that rhetoric stylistics to your writing. Okay, so let us have a short history of stylistics, where it began, how did it develop. Okay, so stylistics can trace its roots, no, to the formalist tradition. And because it is developed in Russia, mali yung spelling ng Russia, Russia, no, so it originated in Russia. So from the Russian formalism. Yeah. So if you are familiar with formalism, no, it tackles more about literature, literary analysis, yung Russian formalism. So that's where stylistics came from Russian formalism. Now, because of these authors, these creative authors, parang binigyan nila ng kulay, binigyan nila ng buhay, yung very simple and very basic na formalism. Okay. Binigyan nila ng style, yung formalism. One good example are the works of Roman Jacobson, where his literary works applied poetic language. Ayan. So, dun sa poetic language na ginawa ni Roman Jacobson, it is not just focused on the message. No? It is not just to focus on the message, but how the message is being delivered through communicative acts, through poetic function. So, binibigyan niya ng style yung message na hindi lang pag binasa ng readers ay makukuha nila yung message, but kumbaga may mga dinadaan ng way, may creativity, may poetic function, yan. Iba't ibang communicative acts before finally reaching to the message. Okay, that is what we call the poetic language by Roman Jacobson. Okay, sabi nga ni Roman Jacobson, bilingualism is for me the fundamental problem of linguistics. And although we are promoting bilingualism, but for him it is the fundamental problem of linguistics. So why is that? No, why is it a fundamental problem yung bilingualism? I think uh, it's because being bilingual, no, you are pronouncing, you are saying those words with different pronunciation, with different accent, no? Kasi iba yung accent ng Filipino accent, iba ang accent ng British and English language, no? So it has become a fundamental problem of linguistics, and we know that stylistics is a branch of linguistics. Okay. So another formalism, besides from Russian formalism, where where the history of stylistics came from, is about Prague formalism. Yeah. So it's because of Jacobson's immigration to Czechoslovakia, no, in uh, 1920. Yeah. Then meron tayong na-develop yung Prague formalism by John Mukarovsky. Yeah. So John Mukarovsky was interested in identifying the formal and functional distinctions between literary and non-literary writing. Okay, we know that literary writing refers to the poems about literature, and non-literary writing refers to uh, letters, right? Those more formal way of writing. Okay, he's comparing those two, no? Literary and non-literary writing. How can we distinguish that this is a literary writing, and how can we distinguish that it is non-literary? Okay. Now, because of that, uh, let me have this. Ayan, so dito na lang tayo. Okay, because of that, no, uh, yan, because of that, yung si John Mukarovsky nga, yung kanyang Prague formalism, because of he wants to distinguish the differences, no, of formal writing and non-formal writing. What to say? Literary and non-literary writing. There emerged a aesthetic use of the language. Yan. So pag sinabi natin namang aesthetic, merong style, no? Yung pananamit aesthetic, yung pagkilos aesthetic. So there becomes a style, no? There emerges a style in the use of the language. Ayan. So poetic language, galing yan kay Roman Jacobson. You have John Mukarovsky's Prague formalism or aesthetic use of the language, and Viktor Sklovsky, the defamiliarization, or you are making the text strange. Yeah. So yung defamiliarization ni Sklovsky is about making an art. Okay, making an art which has the function to make people look at the world from a new perspective. Kumbaga, he wants to make literature, he wants to make the text stand out na parang kakaiba naman yung pagtingin ng tao. Yeah. So dahil doon, nagkaroon ng deviation, nagkaroon ng parallelism, nagkaroon ng foregrounding. Yan. Sa contemporary stylistics because of these people na yung simple text, yung simple literature, no? Gustong lagyan ni Roman Jacobson ng poetic language. Gusto ni John Mukarovsky na may aesthetic yung paggamit ng language. Gusto ni Viktor Slavsky na maging strange yung pagbabasa sa literature. Okay. Merong defamiliarization. Okay. So because of this notable people behind the history of stylistics, no, nagkaroon ng value yung stylistics. Hindi lang naging simple, nagkaroon ng unique, no, characteristics yung stylistics. Okay. So, here's the definition of defamiliarization. It can mean drawing attention to something that is usually familiar, ay familiar, ganyan, but making it seem like an alien. Ayan, na parang familiar siya pero kakaiba. Ayan. Okay. No, there is an art. Sasabihin, parang may art yung paggawa niya. Parang may art yung pagkakasabi niya. It's usually familiar, but it's unique. Yan. It's creative. You know, so that's the familiarization.